السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah Jalla wa Ala says in the Quran, وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. If you had to try to count the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon you, you would be unable. It would be impossible for you to count the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which He has bestowed upon you. The Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says in a hadith recorded in Sahih al-Bukhari, he says, نِعْمَتَانِ مَغْبُونٌ فِيهِمَا كَثِيرٌ مِنَ النَّاسِ. There are two bounties. Notice how we have a lot of bounties, but the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has picked out these two. He says, two bounties. He then says maghboon. The word maghboon comes from ghabn, to be deceived, and more specifically to be deceived in business. In our terms, we say a person was ripped off. So for example, if you find something worth $100 and somebody pays $10,000 for this product, you know that he's been ripped off. Why? Because the capital he had, whatever he had, when he tried to purchase this item, he hasn't got the value back. Not even equivalent, not even a little bit less. He's lost so much and he's taken away so little. Getting back to the hadith, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is saying that there's these two bounties. Most people are deceived with them. Most people have them as an asset. Most people have them. However, they do not utilize them to their full extent. What are they? As-sihhatu wal-faragh. Health, good health, as well as free time. Notice how the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam speaks about sihha. He speaks about health. Health is a bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is one of the greatest bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon us. Every single one of us, I'm sure, has become ill at one stage or another in life. Some people are terminally ill. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them cure. Notice how when you had that good health, there were so many things you could do. And notice how when you became sick, even if it was for one day or a few days, notice how you couldn't do what you could do a few days ago. You couldn't do, or you couldn't do the things you had planned to do. Why? Because of your health. And the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is telling us that this bounty, the bounty of good health, many people take it for granted. Many people are deceived by it. Then he goes on to say, al-faragh, free time. Notice how when you are young especially, you've got a lot of free time. It doesn't mean when you're older you don't have free time. No, you've also got free time, but maybe a little bit less. You've got a lot more responsibility. The older you get, generally you get more responsibility. And the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is literally telling us in other words that if you have free time now, and if you have good health now, there will come a time where you won't have that good health. And there will come a time where you won't have that free time. So make the most of it now. That's why Ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma, who narrates the hadith, wherein Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam caught him by the shoulder and he said, "Kun fi dunya ka'annaka gharibun aw 'abiru sabil." Be in this world, live in this world as though you are a stranger or a traveler passing by. I.e., don't become too attached to this world. Thereafter, those who record the hadith, they say, Ibn Umar himself, radiallahu anhuma, he would say that if إِذَا أَمْسَيْتَ فَلَا تَنْتَظِرَ الصَّبَاحِ, if the evening time has entered, don't wait for the morning. وَإِذَا أَصْبَحْتَ فَلَا تَنْتَظِرِ الْمَسَاءِ, and if morning has come to you, or if morning time has entered, don't wait for the evening. What he's trying to say? He's trying to say that what you can do now, do it now, because you're not guaranteed even till the end of the day or the next morning. He's saying, then goes on, he says, وَخُذْ مِنْ صِحَّتِكَ لِمَرَضِكَ وَمِنْ حَيَاتِكَ لِمَوْتِكَ, and make the most of your good health before you become ill. I.e., every single one of us will become ill at one stage or another. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us cure. And then he ends off by saying, make the most of your life before death comes. It's quite scary to ponder over the fact that there are people in their graves who've been longer in their graves underneath the ground than they were on top of the ground, than they were when they were alive. You find somebody who may have lived till the age of 70, they may be in their graves for 100 years, more than 100 years. They're in their graves. What goodness or what did they benefit from this dunya? The only thing they benefited is their good deeds. And how did they do good deeds? The fact that they made the most of their health and they made the most of their free time. When you look at these two bounties, as well as the many bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon us, it's important for us to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for these bounties. Every single thing that you have, you may have a good car, you have a good family, you have goodness. Thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all these things, because you never know the day where things may turn the other way. The day where the tables may be turned. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. My beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, our time on this earth, our lives are very short. Try your best to make the most of your time. Try your best to make the most of your free time. Take account of your day. Look at the 24 hours in your day. Yes, you need to go to work, you need to have time with your family, you need to have time elsewhere. At least, even if you start with trying to make a few minutes, followed by maybe 10, 20, 30 minutes, 1 hour at least for your Creator, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That would be obviously by performing your fard salah, what is compulsory upon you. Thereafter, doing anything that's extra. 1 page from the Quran, reciting that 1 page. Wallahi, I promise you, that 1 page will probably be the best thing you did in your whole day after whatever was compulsory upon you. And you'll see the benefits of this 1 page or this half a page. And if you can't recite, listen to it. You'll see the benefits of these good deeds, not only in the afterlife, but also in this world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you barakah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect whatever bounties He's given you. And that's why it's mentioned that one of the ways a person protects the bounties that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them is obviously by thanking Him for these bounties and using these bounties in a way that pleases Him. At the end of the day, whatever you have, material-wise, health-wise, time-wise, it's all going to go, it's all going to get less, and eventually you'll die. And whatever you've made the most of in terms of good deeds is the only thing that will benefit. With those few words, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us goodness and make us from those who make the most of their time as well as their health. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all good health and barakah in our time. Ameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.